Hey founders, Nabs here. Today I want to talk about my personal experience with building out my skill set that got me to where I am today. So before we go into it, I just want to say that learning is very subjective, and just because this worked for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. But I really think it's important to put this out there, just in case there are people who are going to find this learning method really helpful. So a lot of people don't know this, but actually when I was 18, I didn't know how to code. And only a year later, I founded my first startup. So I picked up all the skills that I've got today along the way. I didn't really have any experience or training beforehand. Now, I found school really difficult, and university as well, which is one of the reasons I dropped out. Because despite having a lot of interest in all of these subjects, and I've got a lot of general knowledge now, the way that these were taught was really difficult to me, and I really wanted to be very specific with the things that I learned, and the kind of syllabus general approach really didn't work for me. But luckily I found an alternative way to learn, and I've given it a name, and I call it the tool belt. And this topic comes up for me a lot when I'm teaching or mentoring, and I always end up using this. So I'm just going to tell you this little story as well. So I imagine it like Batman's utility belt. Yes, I do imagine myself wearing a belt sometimes, like a utility belt, like a big yellow one. And you know, Batman, he's fighting crime. He's got a lot of unique challenges that come up, and he has to kind of like take down these bad guys in different ways. And what really helps is if you've got a lot of different tools on your belt in order to do that. Sometimes you need to combine them in different ways. And you know, if you don't have a lot of stuff on your belt, it's going to be really difficult to fight crime, right? So what I always spent time doing as I was going through my career was really focusing on the things that I didn't know how to do, but I wanted to add to my belt. So I would take on lots of different challenges, like, you know, how to build like an app, or how to accept credit card payments, you know, very specific things. And I'd do this through my startups, or when I was contracting, I'd really specifically select companies that could teach me these things. And it ended up being very selective and personalized, and I built out for me what is the perfect skill set. So now I can do business, I can make apps, I can do software, and that's all the things that I just want to combine. And you know, at the end of the day, business is really about like solving real world problems for people, right? And the more skills that you've got, the more problems that you can solve. So I'd really recommend that people think about this a little bit, because I think in the real world, like out here, out of school and stuff, it's much easier to apply these, and a lot more people can benefit from it. And I'm really excited to know if it helped people or not. So please let me know if you agree with this, or if you've got any other ideas about like learning methods that have worked for you. I'm always interested in hearing it. I'm very passionate about this topic. So let's leave it there. I'm really looking forward to seeing the replies, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye everyone.